So, coming back again, I'm a person who's always been in love with love. The nostalgia of love, always looking for that way my grandmother made me feel. And I'm not talking about the intimate love, I'm talking about just that feeling of love, right? So, everyone I meet is very attracted to me. And it has to do with the unconditional love that I present to the world. I'll love you at your worst. I'll love you at your best. I'll love you all around because I'm a gangster of love. My son even joined the tribe at one point and said, Mama, I finally get it. You said kill him with kindness. And it really is, when it boils down to it. We want to love so deep. But most people are so used to toxic love that when it comes down to this unconditional love, this kind of feeling that we've known that's not here anymore because it's passed on. But it's not passed on. It was supposed to be carried in the next generation, and the next generation did not carry the torch. So when it comes down to it, there's very few people left like me, well, that I've met. I can't speak for the world. So when it comes down to it, being in love with love is dangerous. And I myself have been guilty of believing someone's going to love me back the way that I love. And I love deep and I love hard, and I think that love will help people to grow and prosper. And in the end, I deal with so many toxic people that they use that love, they abuse that love, they take it elsewhere, and they drain my cup until it runs dry. And honestly, it's almost like a battle between real, genuine, and toxic love. You know, which way will I go? Will I let you suck the life out of me, or will I keep giving life to everyone else? And it's trying to find this new balance. It's trying to find that it's okay to be in love with love, but at the same time, I have had to recognize that when I'm in love with love, my boundaries get broken. I allow toxic people into my environment. I abuse myself. It's not even that other people are abusing me. It's that I allow them the privilege to use my own emotions and how my depth against me. And that's been the hardest part, because I don't want to pull back and just be like, no, nobody else. No, you can't come back in my space, because I don't want to be alone forever. None of us want to be alone forever, right? We want our penguin. We want that person that we're going to spend the rest of our lives with. Fun fact about penguins is they will find their mate for life. They will create their little family, and they will not go outside of those bounds that they've created for themselves. And that is within nature. So it's funny that there's more of a level of respect within an animal kingdom than there is in the human species, which is kind of sad. But no matter how it goes, more side notes, I guess. But like I was saying, I don't want to spend my time alone forever. I'm still waiting for that person that can reciprocate love in a healthy manner, that's willing to do the give and take, that's willing to fight through the bad times, that's willing to watch me at my worst and me watch them at their worst. And I've always said, you be Forrest, I'll be Bubba, and we put our backs together so we don't have our heads in the mud. And that's what I'm looking for, is my counterpart, you know. We can call it divine union. We can call it divine counterparts, whatever it is. But I'm at a point in my life, I'm not taking less than what I deserve, because that's what I allowed so long into my life. And I know it's hard for a lot of people. Sorry, I have a tickle. Sorry, my bad. No need for apologies, right? But when it comes down to it, we're all wanting that feeling. And I don't know if you remember your grandparents. My grandparents were from the teens. Like, my grandfather was born in 1912, fought in World War II. And my mom was the 8th child. So my mom's side of the family is a little bit more old-fashioned. So when it comes down to the kind of love that was brought around, it was like a nice spring day, a cool summer's day, chilling on the beach with the wind blowing through, just bubbles in a champagne glass. I don't know how else to explain it. But there's that sense of I'm safe and comfortable with you, right? And I know we all search for this. But the problem is we get so distracted by promises, and love bombing. People saying, oh, you're my end all be all. You're the one that I can see my forever with. Well, the more you have to offer, believe me, you're going to have a list of suitors. No matter how it goes, who you are, you're going to have people lining up. And it's funny because yesterday at work, the janitor asked, y'all need anything else? And I'm like, a man that's responsible, he's got his own job, he's got his own car, he's got his own house preferably, and he's got no hang-ups. And he starts talking to me, and my coworker looks at him and says, it looks like you're putting in applications. And I was like, no need, we're not hiring right now. So it comes down to it. Like I said, it starts becoming, people come out of the woodwork for you, especially when they want to feel that kind of love. But the thing is, you have to ask yourself, is the person that you're giving your time to, are they worthy of your time? Are they worthy of investing? Is there potential? Or is there already somebody that's on a level playing field with you? Because I have given so much into potential that I have let myself be bled dry. I have let myself be shorted. I have let myself be cut down to where vulnerabilities now become almost the ability to destroy me, because I get insecure about myself. Rather than going, I don't need you, you do not stand tall on your own, we can't do this. I'm not going to carry your baggage and mine, right? Because for years, sorry, there's a bubble in there somewhere, I don't know. For years, I have carried the load of everyone else. And when I lived in South America, it was amazing watching. There was a woman that was probably in her 80s, and there was a lot of women like this over there. Women are a lot stronger when they're not from America. I've seen it. This is not some judgmental, nasty remark, but these women, as old as they were, would carry huge sacks, and I'm talking probably had to weigh 200 pounds. They would carry them on their backs, and they would go to the town square, and they would sell whatever it is they made, hats, gloves, scarves, sweaters, whatever they could make by hand. And those women actually empowered me a lot, because of course they were working with the people that they were their husbands, or working for their kids, or whatever it was, but it was a concept of family. But the strength that they carried was something that made me go, wow, we have a lot lacking in other cultures where we are privileged and lazy. So when it comes down to it, don't get lost in someone else hoping they'll give you something when you can clearly see that they are not. Because you can carry that sack all the way up the hill. You can carry it all the way back home, and you can keep doing this alone. Or you can find someone that goes, you know what, I see the burden of our household, and I'm going to help reciprocate that. I'm going to help carry that load. Let me carry it to the town square for you each day and carry it home for you. And then go do my job in between. Whatever it is. This is more hopeful thinking maybe. I don't know. I don't know where we exist in unions in this world. So I know I have spoken to a lot of women these days that are just like, I'm done with men. I hear a lot of us saying it. And it's not to say I'm going to go start chasing after women, but I'm done with weak individuals that have excuses of burdens from their past, of what they've endured, especially when you're speaking to a woman, because you don't know the load we carry. You don't know the first, second, third shift that we work. That first shift is getting those babies ready for their day. That second shift is delivering them for the most part, going to work, and then coming back and getting them and taking them home and making sure they're ready for the next day. There are a few men. I mean, like I said, I work in the child care industry, and I've seen a couple dads step up. For the most part, I always wonder who the dad is, because the mom is the one I see her face regularly, and she's exhausted. She is needing help. She wants a way out. She's tired of her children because it's so pressing on her that she doesn't have enough time in a day. So if you're allowing people into your life because you're in love with love, but there's nothing other than potential, start letting that go. Because you will find your power behind what you can do alone. Because from a personal standpoint, I've seen more man children than I have grown men. I have endured more men that have children, because it's easy for y'all to create. You just, and don't take any offense to this, because this is the majority of all populations. Men go around and want to create like soccer teams, baseball teams, football teams, whatever, and they ain't even standing around refereeing their own little shabacle they've created. So when it comes down to it, us women are exhausted, and we're tired of the bullshit. And honestly, I'm at a point in my life, and I know a lot of other women are getting to it, I can do it just fine on my own. If there weren't for financial ties, because we live in a two-person household in the United States, I don't know about the rest of the world, if those financial stipulations were not there, there would be a lot of women trucking this life on their own and being badasses at it. So you got to be careful about what you're messing with, because like I said, we're all getting to the point we're tired, we're dusting our shoulders off. I don't need you, you're extra work, you make my bills higher. I can do better on my own than what I can trying to entertain potential. So I know I started with being in love with love and being careful about that, because I've always been a person that's in love with love. When it comes down to it, give that love to yourself. Make sure that you come first, no matter if people tell you it's selfish or not. If they're telling you it's selfish, it's because they have some sort of crutch, you more than likely, and they have things that they need to heal to get into a better alignment to help you raise your household to a fruitful stand rather than a desperate way of living. And we can go back to union very easily. We can go back to respect and love and admiration and holding on to that feeling that it's not lost, but it's hidden right now. So just another quick little catch up, because this week's been hectic, and hopefully I'll see you again soon and talk to you later. Peace, love, and light. Bye-bye.